Hey, hi there everyone, Andy here. First of all, yeah, sorry I can't be with you this evening. Unfortunately I have a clash with my work Christmas do, it's that time of year. Actually filming not in the evening but in the morning from one of my favourite spots, Mont Ventoux, and we had our first snow just yesterday, so I couldn't resist getting up early and checking it out. Hopefully flying back down afterwards. Anyway, Dave asked me to do a little short video on my decision this year mainly, and my current thinking with regards to athletes and climate. So first of all, just for the world champs thing, for me, yeah, I got really fit this summer, did okay in UTMB, and then on the back of that I got selected for this world champs. At the same time, just after the UTMB, I participated in a climate fresque, so it's quite popular in France. It's not so mainstream maybe in the UK yet, but it's basically a kind of group event where you align cards together to kind of link cause and effect. So you start with the polluting stuff and you finish with what the effects are and how that goes on in a kind of chain of events. So that was kind of one of the things that kind of got me thinking a bit more than I was already thinking. And then, to be honest, just the news at the moment, with everything that's happening in the world and the energy crisis, and which I work in directly as well. Just all that made me think, okay, early September I thought, oh, what is my personal climate footprint, or carbon footprint, sorry. So I did a kind of fairly basic calculation using an online tool, and I came to like 6.3 tons, which is a reasonable amount. It's not too bad, I suppose, relatively, but it's actually a bit lower in France than it is in the UK because nuclear energy pulls down our average a little bit. But then I thought, okay, if I go and accept this qualification to go and do the world champs in Thailand, what happens? So I did the kind of little simulation, and it's like, okay, plus 4 tons, so I go from 6 to 10, and I spend quite a lot of time or energy trying to make little impacts, and I could just have this opportunity to go and run with a GB vest, which is great, but then kind of blow it all in terms of not only my personal kind of impact, I suppose, footprint, but also I suppose the image that we represent as athletes. Because basically the end of the story for me is running. Why do I run? Although I'm actually walking right now, right? I run and walk because I just love being in places like this a lot of the time, and places like this I live just over there actually, so I can get to without flying halfway across the world. And that for me is the way sport needs to kind of go, and particularly sports which I suppose are connected to nature more, like which partake in nature. So running is an obvious example. There's lots of other ones, but basically trail running especially is running in nature. So how can we kind of, just seems completely incoherent that trail running in nature participates in the destruction of nature. So that's why it's going to be, for me, there's an even more kind of direct link and a direct kind of responsibility for athletes and in particular trail runners. So that's where we're at. It's really great to be part of this group. It's great to see such an energetic group driving things forward and inspiring others to do more. Because basically at the end of the day, we just need to talk about this, right? And the more we communicate and the more that people can understand, without being mad scientists, but understand the basic implications of human activities on the environment and how negative they can be, and then how small and large and medium changes we can make to our lives can actually save us in the long run, and maybe even in the short run at the rate we're going. So anyway, good to speak to you. I'll catch up with you on the late December call. Have a good evening. Yeah, this is my definition of low carbon flying. Don't really go in for these kind of biofuels, and electric planes seem a little bit of a long way off. A bit heavy to put batteries in the air, so yeah, low carbon flying. Got about 15-minute flight this morning. Fucking cold hands.